Hello lovelies, and welcome to today's video. My name's Ida and I'm so glad you stopped by. So today's a very special Tichel video. So this is the second of this type of video. We're going to be connecting old and new and going to be doing some really daring combinations today. So stick around if you want to see more. I've done this video once before when I just got this beautiful bag of gorgeous scarves that are just absolutely stunning, and I'm really obsessed. And I got the idea about combining my old scarves with these new ones. So I've just folded this in half. I've got a very high bun with some velvet scrunchies on today just to hold it all. I don't have any bands, and I just want to show you how you can really mix and match even though it doesn't necessarily look like it's going to match. So combining a silk shiny scarf, this is pure silk, that I've had for I feel like forever, with this pashmina, which is beautiful, and it does have a little bit of a gold kind of luster to it from these creamy tassels that you've got through it, but it's a very subtle green. Looks beautiful with like an olive and things like that, even though it itself is a brighter shade of green. When the two colors come together, it just sort of goes into this kind of olive tone. So it's just absolutely beautiful, and it's a color that's quite easy to wear as well. So I don't want to break it up too much, whereas cream isn't always the easiest to wear because it can be quite wishy-washy. So I'm just going to combine this scarf. It's really easy to combine, like to gather up this scarf because it's so thin. And I'm actually going to go the other way with it. So I'm going to just find where I've crisscrossed this pashmina that I've just folded in half. It's not actually covering the back of my hair very well at this point. I'm just going to tie this one up just over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these tails up and tie them right next door. You can move it back and forth and side to side depending on your shape of face and your preference and, you know, all those type of things. Now let's just figure out which one's on top. I think this one is on top, and we're just going to find the edges. Where are they? Beautiful, just to sort of get the maximum real estate from it. But look at those folds. Oh, it's going to be stunning. Alright, so here we are, just covering the hair at the back and tucking in to one of those bands that we've just created by either the tying of the green one or the wrapping of the white one, either way. Okay, I'm just going to twist this one up and also tuck it away. We don't need it, and it's too short, I think, to do anything too exciting with it. Now this is the struggle most of the time. You've created this design, but then what do you do with it? You don't want to cover up the beautiful folds that have been created. You don't want to take away from the design. So the temptation would be to just tie it back, and that is totally a possibility. So if we just were to tie it around the back, it would hide all those tucking away business that we just did, and it would be quite neat. So if we just to crisscross it and then tuck it away, it would be a really beautiful turban. So that's one option. But I'm going to do something a little bit more creative. I'm just feeling like it today. I'm just going to do this little flowery kind of thing by tying a second knot, and I'm just going to place it right in front of those folds. And you can, at this point, bring it around and create a knot at the back for a turban. Or we're just going to flatten this out a little bit. Bring this one around and also tuck it away. And with this one, so not tying it but tucking it, with this one spreading it out just like that, and also finding a place to tuck, and it will look so much more interesting than a plain old turban with a knot, because it won't be able, nobody will be able to see or to tell where the scarves start and where they end, and that gives it such a much more creative and sort of pretty dressed up kind of appearance. And look how much neater it is. It's not pulling as much, and it's just as still and as in place as it would be otherwise. So just a little trick just to make it a little bit more pretty, a little bit more creative. It's a bit more to do, so you've just got to be a little bit more patient with it, and a bit more sort of strict with the fabric by, you know, really giving it a decent tug when you need to. But the result is totally worth it. Now, this next one was definitely a little bit of a to-do, because this new scarf is got a kind of a royal blue navy kind of thing going on, more of a navy. It's a very loosely weaved scarf, and it's got a lot of shimmer through it. I do love a bit of shimmer. It's got a gold shimmer and also a little bit of that grey. So the knee-jerk reaction was to go for just a plain blue. I was looking for maybe just a gold scarf. And it's just all not that interesting. I mean, it might be something that I would wear perhaps, but it's just not interesting to make a video on or anything like that. It's also got this gorgeous little finish here, with the two colors really showing one on top of the other. You can just sort of see that shimmer there. This is an Israeli scarf. I think the other one was also. And so is this. This is another gold shimmer scarf, and I'm more of a silver girl, so I don't really have that much gold. But I adore this mustard yellow. It's just so warm and sunshine without being obnoxiously bright. And blue and yellow, especially this warmer orangey tone, goes so beautifully together. And I know that a lot of people out there don't like to mix patterns. I certainly don't like to mix patterns in my clothing. Like, I wouldn't wear a floral, say, shirt and a leopard skirt. That wouldn't suit my personality. But I'll show you what I've done with these fabrics, and it really just does work. Same sort of concept as before, except this one I'm going to tie. Same thing, it's not covering my hair at the back because it's folded in half, and with the high bun it's just not enough. So I'm just going to tie it down at the bottom. It's not quite even, and I'm never really all that particular about it, to be honest. I tie a lot of the things off center anyway, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. Now I've got this scarf going straight on top, just a bit further back, and I'm going to just gather it really, just giving it a bit of tug, a bit of strength there, and I'm just going to tie it up. Now it's quite a thick scarf, even though it's a loose weave, so it's a bit of work to sort of tie it down to make it flat and things like that. But if we find the right tail in the right spot, the knot has to be under the yellow knot, otherwise it might just layer up a bit awkwardly on the back of the head and be a bit uncomfortable. Okay, so this is where we're at. I'm going to take this pretty yellow one and just layer it as nicely and as neatly as possible. There we go, this way. Just tuck that into one of the layers there. Potentially the blue one's a better idea. So that's one. Then we take a blue layer and we go the other way. Just really got to hold it down. Potentially this one's a good one to use a non-slip headband for, just because of the way the base scarf holds. It's one that I normally would wear with a non-slip headband. Now it's important to make sure these tails are flat, otherwise you're going to have a lump on the side of your head. Okay, then we take the remaining two. Just don't want to cover up all the pretty work there. Just going to work with it. And we're just going to, I'm not sure if we're going to tie it or wrap it. I've tried both ways, but if you tie it, you get this really large knot, and it's much harder to make a pretty flat flower or design with it. So we're just going to tuck this away. And by really tucking this one down, it flattens it out a bit better, and we can tuck it in underneath. Now this is the tricky part. I'm just going to use my mirror just to make sure that the two designs complement each other and don't offend each other. Now, I've just done this one with the open end at the front. I could have turned it around. It doesn't really matter because this scarf, just the way the fabric works, but look at this really pretty loop that we created here. Now, I know that on a lot of the scarf companies' website, like Rapunzel, and on, I'm pretty sure, Little Tichel Lady, they sell accessories, or even just scarf shops do sell accessories, and you could get like a brooch or a metallic sort of thing that you can actually loop these scarves through. So they wouldn't loop through each other, they would loop through a little bit of jewelry, which would look really pretty actually. And if it was gold, it would really make the whole gold shimmer story work. Not for me though, because I'm wearing silver. I always wear silver or white gold, so I'm actually better off without it, I think. And I really love the way the two fabrics, because they're so different, the cotton and the pashmina, how they play off each other. And see how it really doesn't matter that one is a sort of floral paisley kind of pattern and the other one is a leopard print. They just complement each other so well because of their warmth, because the color story works, and because they both have that thing in common in that very subtle, very pale gold shimmer. So it actually works to be a really pretty and loud and very evening looking scarf as a result. So I'm really excited by these two combinations. They're definitely more daring than what maybe I would go for in my day-to-day. And that's the beauty of this channel, because it just makes me step out of my own comfort zone and hopefully encourage you to do the same. So love this, absolutely love this. And to the point that if I were to wear this as a scarf, I would be more inclined to wear it with a navy outfit than what I have ever been before, now that I can see just how pretty this color works with the blues. So nice. So what did you think? Definitely comment below and tell me, you know, if you're going to try some new scarves and to match them with your old scarves. Don't forget your old scarves when you get something new. I always find it as an exciting way to just revamp. Whether it's a new item of clothing or a new pair of shoes, it's actually a really great moment, a really cool excuse to bring out something that you haven't worn in a while. So even just a really good example, I recently got some really nice navy tights and all these skirts that I was perhaps a little bit more, I wasn't so inclined to wear because they didn't look as nice with black or with grey. Yeah, all of them have come out, and all these blue tops have come out that I haven't worn in probably about 6 years, purely because these tights just tied the whole outfit together. And something like this would really work so well with that as well. And yeah, just try it out. If the colors look nice together, don't worry about how they look side by side. As you saw at the beginning of the video, when the two scarves were just on my shoulder, they didn't really make sense together, but as a whole design, it's awesome. I love it. And I'm wearing black and grey today, so I can actually keep this on. I think it looks great. Paired with some blue earrings, or maybe even something silver and gold, just to tie it all together. So pretty. Or even as is. The makeup is so simple today. I could have gone for anything. It's just a dark purple liner and matching winged shadow. So easy, so flexible, and so effective. I hope you liked it. For more videos, definitely subscribe and check out the Tichel catalog here on the channel. There's so much there, and I hope you find something that you enjoy. For everyday stuff, very cute doggies and kids and delicious food and all the things, all the crazy things that happen in my life, definitely check out Instagram and follow me there for just more connection. Wherever you are around the world, my lovelies, I hope you're having an amazing day. You're staying healthy and safe, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Bye!